What's up, adventurers? This is the Yakima SkyPeak HD, their latest rooftop tent, and they're first really premium style in my opinion, but really it is their actual first wedge style rooftop tent. And so this is open up. Claimed weight is about 180 pounds. In a second I'll show you what the actual weight is, and we'll go through the process of setting it up, climb inside and check out the inside. Dimensions are 85 by 58 when it's closed. It's only 6.5 inches tall, which is one of the things that attracted me to it. It is a little bit on the heavy side, about, until you get into the extreme tents. This is on the top end of weights for rooftop tents, but it's not unmanageable. Like right now, I don't even have a rear sway bar on, and we just did 5 hours of trail, like OHV trails, and it didn't seem to impact me other than having a few height clearance issues just because there were some trees laying across the trail. But in terms of the weight of it on top, it didn't seem to influence the vehicle rocking back and forth any more than it was anyway, because the terrain was ridiculous. The inside dimensions are about 81.5 by 51-ish, so the mattress is plenty big for somebody like me, 6'2", to sleep with a partner, and tons of room inside because it opens out. So before I get too far ahead of myself with the review part of it, let's open it up and show you how it sets up.
Setting it up is super quick and easy. Just open the two latches on the back, both of which are keyed if you want to lock it shut. Then push the top up. Gas struts lifts it all the way open. Grab the included telescoping ladder, connect it to the hook, and pop the back wall out. The frame slides and locks into place. I'll show you that closer up in a second. Then zip up the mesh panels to keep the bugs out, and you're all set. Tent is ready. The SkyPeak HD shell is all aluminum, and it's been rock solid for the year I've been using it. That includes 2 big trips out west from North Carolina with lots of overlanding, and a couple of shorter trips on the East Coast. Dual track T-slots on the bottom hold up to 75 pounds per side and have T-nut entry points in the center and corners. Both sides have zippered pass-through slots for heaters, AC, or wires. Adjustable clamps attach it to almost any crossbar. Just make sure your roof rack's dynamic weight exceeds this tent's weight.
All right, let's take a look inside. So it comes with the ladder like this, along with its own case. Telescopes in, it clips into these little things, which you can mount these anywhere you want. I put them on the side because a lot of times when I'm traveling, I have a bike rack on the back, which precludes me from getting in and out, and also I can't open the rear door when I have the ladder there. So it's easier for me to just mount it on the side, and it comes with 2 sets of these, so you can mount these on each side, and then no matter where you're parked or what the terrain is like, you can put the ladder on either side, which is really, really nice. So there is one thing that I was a little flummoxed by, is that the doors zip up. Let's see if I can reach it real quick, and I'll show you why this is a weird choice, and then I'll explain why they did it, because I had to ask. And even some of the folks at Yakima were like, yeah, well, this is the way it is. So they zip from the top around, and that means when you flop it, the doors, and it has both a screen door and a blackout door on all the way around, front and both, or rear on both sides, which is really nice. And so the problem is when you flop them down, it covers the ladder. So if you're trying to get out in the middle of the night, you kind of have to roll it up. And this isn't an exclusive problem to Yakima. There are a lot of rooftop tents that have this design. So why would you do that? Well, because if you have the zipper down at the bottom and it rains, where is that water going to go? It's going to run down the side and get to the zipper, which can cause some issues unless you're running a fully waterproof zipper. And I don't know, no tent that I've seen runs fully sealed waterproof zippers. Instead, they run weatherproof flaps like this over the zippers. So it's not entirely a knock against Yakima that the doors are designed that way, but it's not my favorite design in the world for the doors. That said, the zippers are great. You can see one-handed, going from it laying flat, super easy to zip around, zip close, zip open. And it's not a terribly big deal when you're in the middle of the night to roll it down and just, or open it up and just kind of tuck it in between the mattress and the bed when you have to get out and pee or whatever in the middle of the night, which inevitably we all have to do. So let's climb inside. And once it gets dark, I'll show you the lights, because it has interior lights, which you can see. They're not things you have to add. They're built in all the way around. So you actually have like this nice halo of light, which is super cool. Comes with this pocket flap, so you can stick an iPad or something in the clear one and lay back and watch movies. More storage for phones, you know, just tons of cubbies. There's 4 pockets on this side, 4 pockets on this side. There's 2 pockets up here. So like just a lot of storage options in here, which is really nice. It also comes with 2 shoe bags that you can attach into these clips. I put the clips on. I haven't really used the shoe bags. It's just not my bag. But the other nice thing is it has a sunroof, so to speak, skylight, and it's a mesh here, and then this rain flap on top, which you can roll back if you want, has a clear section so that you can let a lot of light in if you want, you know, if you don't mind waking up with the sun. And if you really want absolute all the breeze, you can even unzip that. The window does not unzip from the rain fly, but you can flop the rain fly back that way if you want. So that is that. The rest of it's what you'd expect from a wedge tent. So I'm 6'2", and this is me laying, tons of room for my feet, which is really nice. That's one of the biggest pet peeves I have with shorter tents, and that's one of the nice things about this, the way it opens and then bumps out, is you don't have a wall encroaching like literally right here. You have like an extra at the top, like 1.5 feet of space, and even down here, just that from being like here to here, it makes all the difference in the world. The cool thing is these, it's a little dark to see, but both of these loosen, and that lets this shrink down and slide back. The other side's still done, so that's why it's kind of harder, and I'm doing this with one hand. And then you expand it and lock those clamps into place, and what it does is it creates a really sturdy structure for the tent. So no matter what the wind is doing, it's going to stay solid. Now, that said, I want to mention one note about when it gets windy, because this was driving us crazy one night. So if you can see up here, this is the strap that is plenty long, and that's great for when you need to close the tent up, and I'll show you that in the morning. Is you just take this, it hangs down plenty, so I'm standing on the ground, I can reach it, pull the tent down to close it once I loosen everything up inside. And it has this bungee that all you do is bring it up and around and it'll close out. I'll show you, but again, I'll show you the closing process later. But in the middle of the night, if you don't do something with this, the wind will go like that and it will drive you insane. And it took us a minute to figure out what it was. So I just take it and I throw it up and over, problem solved. So that's the tent. Wait till it gets dark, I'll show you the lights, and then we'll wait till the morning and we'll close it up. All right, so here's the lights on. This is the mixed amber and white together. You also go full white or full amber. I kind of like the mixed. You also dim them, so you can get them really dim or really bright. I mean, it's more than bright enough to sit around and play cards or a board game. I mean, if an action camera can pick this up that well, because no action camera is good at night, then it gives you an idea how bright it is. So anyway, that's it for this evening. I will see you in the morning to show you how it all closes back up. Night. Well, good morning. Let's say you're the type who likes to sleep in. You'll be happy to know the blackout fabric inside the tent canopy is truly a blackout. It is dark. It's 8:30 and I just woke up, which is about 2.5 hours past my normal wake up time because it was just so dark in here and comfy. So anyway, if you like to get your Z's, don't worry. That pesky sun won't bother you inside this tent. All right, let's get our day started.
Since apparently every Overland video needs a food prep and copy montage, here's mine. Electric kettle, Mountain House's delicious breakfast scramble, instant coffee with some Laird's creamer, and we're done.
It's time to break down the tent. It's pretty simple. Just open all the doors. You may not have to do this, but I think it just makes it a little easier. Pull all the fabric inside, make sure they're zipped all the way down. And then you're just gonna loosen the clasps for the little skeleton here. And once you're out of it, you can pull this out. So I'll show you that from the outside. Pretty simple. Just push that in. Take your little bungee strap. Here we go. It does like to hide in those grooves, which is kind of nice. These little grooves, these T-track grooves, which you can run different accessories into, and they are strong enough to mount like a side awning or a small water tank or traction boards, you name it. All the silly stuff we strap to our vehicles in the Overland community. You can use these two T-tracks on the bottom for it, and then the T-tracks on the top, you can mount feet for crossbars that Yakima makes. So if you wanted to mount, you know, like a small cargo rack or a bike rack or anything else to the top of this, it can handle a pretty substantial load. So I'll have a full written review on the website as well, with more pictures and all the specs and everything. So if you weren't taking notes during this video, it'll all be in there, and there'll be a link to that in the description for this video. So once you get the little strappy thing up over all that, it almost takes care of itself. And now, one note, this tent comes with a 2.25 inch foam mattress. I've replaced that with an Xped 4-inch Air Plus foam mattress. And so with the standard mattress, this thing literally just boop, close it. With the thicker mattress, even deflated, and I left my sleeping bag, the ZenBivy Overland sleeping bag system in there, it's a little tighter to close. So if you're using the stock stuff in a normal blanket and sheet, no problem closing it. With my setup, it's a little tougher. So this isn't really fair for you to see me struggling to close this, because it's not what your experience is going to be if you use all the standard stuff. That said, it's not that hard, and these clasps do a really good job of keeping it closed. So you just take the strap that you use to pull it down, and basically what I'm struggling with here is just me getting those last bits of air out of the air mattress. And you're done. It comes with the locks and keys, so you can lock this down in case you're parking in an area where somebody might want to try and sleep in your tent at night. Makes the ladder super easy. Just use the little clicks to drop it down. Strap, keep it down. Then it goes in the included carrying case, which does have to go in your car. Does not stow in the tent. You just got to make sure you have room for that, and then there you go. And this is a nice ripstop bag, you know, so even those little metal hooks aren't likely to tear through and mess up your interior. And that is the Yakima SkyPeak HD. I really enjoy this tent. It's slim, which is good for aerodynamics. It's also rock solid, and it just has a premium build to it, which it should for $39.99, which is considerably more than what you can buy some rooftop tents for these days. However, in my experience, you tend to get what you pay for, especially if you're a heavy user, constantly opening, closing, doing all the things. So everything inside, everything outside is just rock solid. I love that it has the dual T-tracks here, the single one here for top mounting stuff. I'll just show you from the front again, because it is extremely low profile, and that's, you know, a lot of times with the really premium tents you get a thicker thing. And then I want to show you from the back too, because it's pretty wide, so for two people it's super comfortable. So if you were going to try and put this on like a small crossover or a wagon like a Subaru, might be a bit much. But there, just take a look. Like, you know, it's coming off the sides of my SUV, good 4 to 5 inches on either side. And so that's, you know, that doesn't bother me. And one of the pluses to that is if you were going to do a side awning on either side, it's not like directly over a vehicle, so you actually get just a little bit more coverage off to the sides. I don't have a lot to complain about. The you know, the main thing is how the doors flap open. One other little tiny thing is I wish they had little rain gutters, and this is more of just a placement thing, and maybe I could tilt it or do something, but where the corner is, the rain tends to drop, and it's right by my driver's side door. So if, you know, even if you're just washing your car, a lot of rain's going to come and drip. It does have drain holes here, which is good. You want that in case water gets into these channels, but it's really just kind of like a petty little thing to complain about. Overall, overwhelmingly positive experience. I've driven cross country in this, or with this now, driven way up north with this now, taking a lot of local road trips, so it has quite a few miles on it. Still rock solid, lots of off-roading. If you like this and you want to see more great reviews of Overland stuff, hit like, hit subscribe, and if you want to see the tech specs and everything, check the link in the description for the written post with more pictures and lots of good stuff. Thanks a ton for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.